You are in the love of Christ. This is a supernatural love that I've talked about millions of times. John chapter 17 speaks upon that Christ in his prayer to God the Father says, the love that you have for me, God the Father, even before the foundations of the earth, or foundations of all creation, I should say, that's the love that I am bringing my disciples in. As God the Son is praying to God the Father, he says those things. So it's a supernatural love. It's not a love of this world. That's the love that he's talking about. That's the love that you and I as saints have been brought into. And because that love is so supernatural, anything in this world that opposes the things of God, including the spirit of Antichrist himself, we have become more than conquerors in those things. Now, he's not saying that things like tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or even your own physical death, that those things will never happen to you. He's not saying that. Those things will happen to you. But in the end, whether you physically survive them or don't physically survive them, you are more than conquerors in those things. Because the reality, let's say, my persecution leads to my death, and I'm like the psalmist in Psalm 44 and says, we are killed all day long, accounted as sheep for the slaughter. I understand in the end, I will be resurrected. That's the hope. So, can those things really harm you, really touch you, really have its final say as far as death? No, because death's been conquered. So if Christ conquered death and we're in Christ, then we conquer death too. So we are more than conquerors. And what's the evidence? The love that we've been brought into, the supernatural love, something you can't get in this world. You might have affection for one another. You might have a social need for one another, and you might be kind to one another because of that reward of social need. But that's not love, it's human behavior. But the love that we've been brought into is a supernatural love. Now do you get it, Christian? That's the concept that's being said here. So that's why Paul can make that statement, we are more than conquerors. Conquerors means that you win. There's no losers and conquerors. There's no association of losers. In Christ, in ultimately the love that we've been brought into, the things of this world, any physical fear in this world has been conquered. And we walk in that victory.